recording first of all, and then we can go ahead and start with our presentation, our session, sorry. I want to share my screen, so let me know if you can't see it. One moment. Okay. Can you see the screen, guys?
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So, first of all, I wanna actually start this session by asking you some rhetorical questions. Not that I'm expecting an answer. Um, have you ever been complimented before, but that compliment didn't really sound like a compliment? You know, the uneasy feeling that you get when someone gives you that compliment, that uneasy feeling that you get is you being uncomfortable to someone being passive aggressive to you. Okay. And passive aggressive comes in many like forms and types. And I wanted to show you how passive aggressive is actually being executed in our daily lives, and how sometimes we are being passive aggressive on our part without our knowledge. Okay. My name is Marian Souair. I'm the communication trainer in Mia Support Center, and I'm pleased to talk about passive aggressive today, passive aggressive language in particular in the business world. Okay. Um, the, the first thing that I'm actually going to share with you is the outline. We're going to talk about the definition of passive aggressive, the signs of passive aggressive, the impact it leaves on people, the alternatives we can use. I'm not going to go in depth into this particular part, but I'm going to offer alternatives, verbal alternatives, of course. And I'm going to send you actually a little video of why people are passive aggressive. Like there's a website or like let's say a YouTube channel of professional psychiatrists who analyze this particular behavior. Okay, and I'm going to leave a little space for questions, of course. Okay, now let's define what we mean by passive aggressive. Now, passive aggressive, you know, language in particular is when someone is actually has negative feelings and is expressing them indirectly. Okay, is they're not being open about it. Okay, and the behavior of actually passive aggressive is the combination of being passive and being aggressive. Being passive is when you don't confront people. That's the part when a person is not being direct or open, or they're not showing their true feelings. The aggressive part is the part when people proxenate trait. Okay, this word is so hard to pronounce, but I'm doing my best here. Proxenation is when people have built up feelings against one person or one thing, okay? And it's that built up that creates this negative atmosphere. that you know, there's no conflict here, there's nothing actually direct with you and the other person, but this person is holding like so many negative feelings against you. Okay, and this is going to show in his day-to-day interaction indirectly. This is the passive aggressive part. Of course, one person is different from the other. I'm not talking about one particular thing, but I'm talking about uh you know, not like I'm trying to be as general as possible here. Now, but our main focus is um, the business world, and since we are working with clients in the workplace, with our superiors, with our peers, this is part of our everyday life. You're going to see examples and like phrases that we actually use on daily basis. Okay. Now, the first thing that we need to actually look at is how to identify, and to be able to identify, we need to know what are the signs or how people actually start with the passive aggression. Okay. Now, I'm going to actually read them to you, and then we're going to I'm going to try to give you examples on some of them. Okay, sarcasm or backhanded compliments. Now, let's say A is a person who is always late to work. Okay, and B is his peer, and B is actually having negative feelings against A being late all the time. And so B doesn't share their true feelings about this particular situation, but but they would say something like that's totally opposite from the reality, and they would say something like, uh, "Wow, you're early for the first time." Okay. Uh, or for example, they would be or for being sarcastic, "You are never late." Okay, so this is one of the examples that sarcasm or backhanded compliments would sound like. Okay, procrastination, procrastination is when you have built up feelings. This is actually shown when, for example, B is doing A's work, right? And they would say something like, um, "Of course, I'll do your job. You're so busy." You understand? This is one of the ways to actually do the procrastination. Silent treatment is clear. Stubbornness is clear stubbornness for no good reason, right? Sabotage, when you like try to say bad things behind your peer's back, for example, to your boss. Valid hostility, blaming others, exaggerated complaints. Exaggerated complaints means that, okay, I can complain about something or someone, but I'm being too dramatic about it. I'm showing a lot of negative feelings with it, so it's exaggeration. Feigning helplessness and avoidance. Avoidance is one of the passive parts, and avoidance of, for example, communication, for that matter. Okay. Now, I want to show you. 1 minute. Let me stop sharing this. I want to show you how to actually um, how people show passive aggression in like, wait, I'll stop sharing for a second. In emails. Okay, and you're going to see that you actually unintentionally use this passive aggressive language. Okay. We'll show you in 1 minute. Okay. Let me know if you can see this. Where's the one that I want? Okay. Hmm. Okay. One second. Okay, these are one of the emails we actually use on daily basis. And one funny person actually did those to exaggerate what these passive aggressive phrases and emails actually mean. Now, you may not mean this, but the existence of this particular phrase in your emails can indicate this particular meaning. Okay? Let me know if you have any concerns. Okay? You better not. Okay, I'm not gonna read it. I'll let you read the meaning. Correct me if I'm wrong. In case you missed it, this is one of the phrases that implicate that a person is not being focused or is not doing their job correctly. So this is one indicator of negative feelings. Let's circle back on this. Actually, there's a video that is talking about this. I'm going to go back to it later. Okay. This is an indicator that this was repeated so many times. Okay. Sorry about the noise. Okay. In order to set expectations. Now, don't get me wrong. There's an assertive language and there's passive aggressive. And this is one of the ways to actually be passive aggressive is not being open to negotiations or to questions or to concerns or queries for that matter. Even if you have no resolution, there's no logical explanation why you actually use this with, for example, your coworker or with your client or with your supervisor. Okay. Would you like me to forward it back to you? Again, this is in context. Some of the things that are here are based on context, and they are like put in a very strict, let's say, atmosphere. But again, this has the like the feasibility of being passive aggressive. Okay. Let me know if you have any concerns. I think we covered that. Not sure if my last email was received. The person who sent this knows that his email or her email was received, but they're actually just being, you know, uh, pointing out that the person is not checking their emails or ignoring them. Okay? Please advise. This is for internal affairs and I think internal procedures. I think. And it's not a really good phrase to use, if I might add. Okay. Thanks in advance. This is you expecting the other person to actually do what you ask them to do. So this is passive aggressive, and this is imposing on the listener to actually do what you ask them to. Okay. Thank you for your email. Sending an email is actually after, like, for example, ignoring the person for so long is not a good indicator. This is more to like going to the sarcastic side and not like actually you're thanking them for sending a simple email that is so easy to send, right? And this is it for the examples. I'm going to show you the video in a minute. Wait, I need to share the sound first. Let me know if you can hear it. I'll stop sharing and then reshare. Share sound. Okay, let me know if you can hear this or not. Okay, this is a conversation between people talking about passive aggressive language on emails. Now, I'm actually talking only about emails because everywhere else is so wide that it's harder to track them down or to put them in all in one session.
We all know that at work, we've got to be polite, and that is.
Can you hear this, guys?
Yes.
Awesome.
Led everyone to mastering passive-aggressive work emails. Well, people have taken to Twitter to share their most insufferable corporate email phrases. So let's begin with some of the worst offenders. Number one, we all know the classic, per my last email. What you're really saying is, do you know how to read? Again, this wouldn't bother me. Why am I not bothered by it?
You're
I'm not bothered by it either.
Really? Well, you're not as bad as Sam, though, with the codependency.
Thanks for giving my diagnosis away.
Why do they have to keep it like office legal?
What would you say? What would you say?
Hey, did you get my last email?
Did you get my last email? Yeah.
Yeah. Why
That doesn't come off brash.
But per? Who,
I got a technique for
per
all
my
of you.
last bite. Let's continue this conversation. I'd be like, are you out of your mind?
I have a technique.
Guys, this is actually one of the things that we wouldn't apply on our clients, of course. You can use it with your coworkers or with your superior. The way he actually rephrased it. When we ask our client about whether they actually got our email or not, we have other ways. We actually use what this man is about to suggest. We use I was wondering. Okay.
To soften it for everybody.
Okay.
Use the word I'm wondering.
Oh,
I'm wondering if you got my last email.
Okay.
Wondering softens everything.
Yeah. No. Per my last email.
I'm with you, Erica.
I'm not going to repeat everything I just said.
I'm with
just
Erica.
Read the last email.
Yeah, but I wouldn't take offense to it at all. Next, how about I wanted to follow up? That's so polite. I love that. What it really means, apparently, is did you forget about me? Did you? Really? Would you take, because I feel like you're taking these differently than I take them.
Yeah, I'm not taking them like.
Would you take that if I wrote that to you? Would that bother you?
Hey, did you get my email?
It's back to that. I'm okay being for.
For this one with clients, we use gentle reminder, we have specific alternatives for this that wouldn't necessarily be, or like you can say, I'm following up to check on, the word I wanted to follow up with no predicate after it would sound passive aggressive. That's what we're indicating, or that they're indicating.
Forgotten. I understand people forget, and that's exactly what I would mean.
Okay.
But I wouldn't say, did you forget me?
But I would put, hey, did you get my email? LOL.
He's good. He does LOL after every
little smiley face, with the tongue sticking out.
I appreciate that.
Did you get my email? It's like, hey, man, get my email.
LOL.
Do you do emojis too?
Time until I have to write you.
How about
do it too? You make it seem like
I can't go into a steam room. I'm pregnant.
I hope this helps.
Actually, I can't do it.
Well, I don't know what that. It's not.
I always
I can't
Sam,
go into
don't
a
I
steam
always
room.
end your question?
Oh, how about the good old?
Yeah.
I hope this helps. Meaning, never ask me for anything.
No, I always end with that.
I hope this helps.
But I really mean it. I really mean
Okay,
that. And what I really mean, I'll tell you what I really mean. Is this enough?
Okay,
Do you need
because
more?
that
Do you need
says
more?
you don't want to do it.
No. I mean, do you need more?
See,
That's what I mean.
these are all BS because.
Okay, so I'll stop sharing for a second and go back to Uno Momento. Okay, can you see the screen now?
Yes, we can see
Oh,
it.
awesome. Okay, now this is done for the symptoms or the forms of passive aggressive language. We go to what are its effects, and if we think about it, the effects are not just individual, not on the individual, on like himself alone, but it's collective. It's for his surroundings, his environment, or like the setup expectations, or like problem resolution in general, right? And to go in depth after identifying the three things that that it actually affects the individual, the group, our surroundings, and the problem itself, right? Since the person is not being direct with the problem, it's never going to be solved, right? And them being negative or aggressive about it is never going to get it solved. Okay. One of the things that would be individualistic is loss of trust. Loss of trust is not just for the individual, but for their surroundings, for this person's the environment around him would stop, or the people around him would stop trusting him because he's not being sincere with his feelings, or he's just building up all these problems and is acting upon them but not being direct or vocal about it. More arguments, lower productivity, because this person is negative. He doesn't want to give it his all, and since this person is negative, he's not going to be happy to come to work or to be in this particular environment. So he's not going to be productive, and he's not going to like coming to work because he's building up again so many bad feelings, emotionally upset, weaker relationships, unpleasant work environment, bad communication, reduced self-esteem, because his environment again is actually having troubles with communicating with this person, and it's going to be so uncomfortable. It's going to cause them discomfort to actually deal with this particular person because he's not being sincere, right? Built up resentment and harder to solve problems. This is the bigger picture that I was talking about earlier. Okay. Now moving forward, what alternatives can I use instead? And I've mentioned some examples in earlier, like I was wondering, or what you can actually use, being assertive. And I'm going to leave being assertive for other future sessions, because this is a very wide or big topic. But what I can give you here is hijjas. Hijjas are words that lessen the responsibility of the person, of the responsibility on the speaker. What does that mean? If I say, for example, this may happen. If this doesn't happen, the responsibility is not on me, right? And if, for example, this person, if I like using may here, listen, the responsibility on me. And when you're actually using hijjas, you listen the impact of this particular argument on the other person, and you can be direct with your feelings. For example, if the person leaves work, if, for example, A leaves their work for B, being assertive would use an I statement. For example, I feel like, for example, generally talking about this, I feel like we can share the workload. If you could help me out, that would be great. Okay, now the B is talking about A's work, but in the same time, he's being direct with his feelings, right? Not being direct and still, being direct and sincere to his own needs and to his own feelings, right? So this is one of the many ways that we're going to talk about. I'm going to say assertiveness helps out, and being polite, using words like "it would be great if," or would it be possible if, for example, could you please, using I statements again. For example, describing the general problem and not like using pronouns like you and you and you. That would make the problem actually bigger. This is us giving the person who's speaking courage to be direct with their feelings again, right? Lastly, I'm going to actually share this video with you guys. This video is actually really helpful. I don't think, oh, I can play it for you. We have time. Good. I didn't know if we'd have enough time. You know, time management. Okay, let me actually share. We don't have that much. Oh, we do have that much time. Good. I'll stop sharing and to share the sound, okay? Awesome. If you can hear this, please tell me, okay?
Hey Psych2Goers, welcome back to our channel.
Can you hear this?
Yes.
Audible.
Great. Guys, just so you know, if you want, but it's just too many, like, I'm not sure if you guys want it. If you want this presentation, it has notes here, if you would like to have them, explaining and giving examples on each part. If you would like to have this resource, you could just let me know before this session ends so I can make it shareable. Okay? I can share it on
That'd be great.
You wanna get, like, you want me to share it?
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
It would be great.
Oh,
Thank
of course, I'd love to. I will actually share it on the post like I did last time. Okay?
Okay,
On
thank you.
on the I mean the announcement. If you can't have access to it, you can just let me know.
Yeah, thank you very
Okay?
much.
Of course.
Are you subscribed to Psych2Go? According to statistics, only a small percentage of you who watch our videos are actually subscribed. If you enjoy our content and would like to support us, do consider subscribing. This helps YouTube's algorithm in promoting more of our mental health content. What? What's that? They seemingly said in promoting more of our mental health content. Thanks for being here. Have you ever met someone who was so passive-aggressive that you couldn't call them out? They seemingly said nothing wrong, but the tone they used implied something else. You're doing great for someone with your kind of experience. Wait, what? What's that supposed to mean? Truth is, passive-aggressive people just have a sneaky way of using aggression, so they aren't flat out caught with ill intentions. Instead of handling their negative feelings, they express them subtly through passive-aggressive actions. The term passive-aggressive was first used clinically in World War II. Soldiers who refused to comply with officers' orders were described as passive-aggressive. Passive-aggressive behavior is characterized by indirect resistance to the demand of others and avoidance of direct confrontation, often by pouting, procrastinating, or misplacing important materials. So why do people use this type of behavior? Well, here are a few of the reasons, and they may just surprise you. Number 1, they have passive-aggressive personality disorder. Some people may even have passive-aggressive personality disorder. While PAPD is not a medical diagnosis, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, 4th edition, explained that it was a negativistic personality disorder and included the term PAPD as a proposed diagnosis. It is now viewed as a personality trait, personality syndrome, or dynamic behavioral pattern that people can exhibit. According to the American Psychology Association, passive-aggressive personality disorder is a personality disorder of long standing in which ambivalence towards the self and others is expressed by such means as procrastination, dawdling, stubbornness, intentional inefficiency, forgetting appointments, or misplacing important materials. These maneuvers are interpreted as passive expressions of underlying negativism. The pattern persists even when more adaptive behavior is clearly possible. It frequently interferes with occupational, domestic, and academic success. Those who often experience PAPD may have underlying mental health conditions as well. Number 2, it's easier than being assertive. Do you hate confrontation? Do you find it hard to assert yourself? Some individuals simply haven't had enough experiences where they've needed to be assertive. Many haven't developed the social skills necessary to assert themselves and manage their emotions. Therefore, passive-aggressive behavior is an easy go-to when you lack the skills needed for emotional management. Number 3, they desire revenge. You've all seen your favorite revenge flick. Either the main protagonist is seeking sweet revenge by targeting the villain for his wrongdoing unto them, or maybe your favorite antagonist seeks revenge as well. For many, revenge is the way to go, but it's not the healthiest. It's hard to provide evidence for passive-aggressive behavior. Someone who exhibits this behavior often has a perfect excuse. So, if one is seeking revenge, they may go unnoticed by others due to the vagueness of comments or actions. The true aggressive intention remains hidden to everyone besides the aggressor. Number 4, anger is not viewed as socially normal. Have you been taught that you shouldn't express your anger? Many children are told that anger is something that we should stop feeling. Childhood is a critical time in emotional development. Being repeatedly told to suppress your emotions can have serious consequences in development. Anger is often viewed as the unattractive emotion we all want to hide away, but it's important to teach children how to handle and express their feelings. When one is not taught how to express negative emotions in a healthy way, they could look to passive-aggressive behavior as a means to communicate it. Number 5, hostility with a smile is less often called out. So you're now an adult who has been constantly told anger should not be expressed. Socially, it's often unacceptable to openly talk about anger, so you find another means. What is socially acceptable? Hidden aggression, said with a smile. As long as you're smiling, you simply couldn't mean it that way. After all, the anger won't just go away because you ignore it. It will manifest itself in that evil grin you're wearing. Number 6, they developed the behavior in childhood. Many researchers believe that those who often use passive-aggressive behavior learned the behavior in childhood. Child abuse, cruel punishments, and neglect could cause a child to develop passive-aggressive behavior. Researchers also theorize that parenting styles could be a major influence. A disruption in a child's authority figures, such as parents, teachers, or caretakers, could have an effect on the development of this behavior. Learning how to assert oneself in childhood and even now can help prevent this behavior. It's important to note, too, that some behaviors are often mistaken as passive-aggressive behavior. Certain health conditions have symptoms similar to the behaviors. Some associated with passive-aggressiveness include anxiety disorders, ADHD, bipolar disorder, and depression, to name a few. One can also exhibit passive-aggressive behavior while suffering from a mental illness. This behavior has been known to compromise successful treatment of other mental disorders, so it's important to recognize the behavior and work on it with a mental health professional as well. If you recognize that you often exhibit passive-aggressive behavior, you're already on the right step to learning how to manage it. Some tips to implement? If you feel a negative emotion come over you, give yourself a moment to think before you act. Attempt to calm yourself down with a few deep breaths. Ground yourself in reality and identify why you feel this way. Moving forward, try to be aware of your behavior and opt in to express your emotions in an honest and healthy way. So, how often are you passive-aggressive? Do you have your own reasons as to why you sometimes use this behavior? Let us know in the comments down below.
Guys, if you would like to share the answers to these questions with me, I would love to help you because I've been reading actually my major in master's is related to psychology. So I would love to help you out if you feel like you can answer these questions. Of course, we all have that built up anger, but not, of course, some people are just created in the right way. But again, like we're all humans, and it's okay to show our weaknesses. And you can reach out to me if you would like to talk about this. I can help you out. Okay. I have actually another video, but I will not show you, but I can and like add it to this source. It's called Passive Aggressive Pam. Oh, actually, let me show you this video. It's really interesting, and I can cut out the parts that I don't want. So, sorry. I've been meaning to exclude this part, but it's really funny. So this is just one of the things that that people actually, passive aggressive people would actually show. Do you guys have any questions that you would like to ask me? I would love to answer them. I'll give you like 2 minutes. Okay, guys. I think that wraps it up for us. Thank you so much for being part of this. I'm gonna stop sharing, and I'll see you in our future sessions, hopefully. Have a great one. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Maya, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. You're welcome.